What's up, you guys? It's your boy Headless Chicken, and I got a cool video for you guys today. It is the top five best, my favorite loadouts to use in season 3 right now. I've been meaning to upload this the last couple days. I've been a little bit busy, but I'm gonna be sticking to my upload schedule more strictly, so I'll have like a new video. I'll try to have 2 videos up a week, so stay tuned. But yeah, let's hop into it. Alright, so first things first, we got probably my favorite loadout right now. I always run this in solos. It is the Car 98 and the Farah. So it's a pretty nice loadout. Like the Car 98, it's for more long range and stuff, and then the Farah, it always works well for me when I'm pushing, and it works like really good for like medium range and stuff too if you're missing your snipe shots. So I'm running the monolithic suppressor. This is pretty much always what I run for the sniper. Monolithic, the longest barrel, tac laser, sniper scope, and I run this reticle, cross thread, and then sport comb, fast ADS. For the Farah, I'm doing with the suppressor because I don't think it really needs the monolithic because I'm not shooting that far. I'm using it more for close range. I use the 60 round fast mag. For solos, you can probably just run the 45 round mag, but I'm doing like duos and trios sometimes too, so I'll run the 60. And then the Spetsnaz barrel, you can also run the ultralight if you want more strafe speed, and then serpent wrap for the ADS, and then the skeletal stock, sprint fire, ADS move speed, and I don't really have fire. So for my perks, I always run the same perks actually. It's EOD, overkill, and amp, and then I run Semtex and stun, and that's for all my loadouts. I don't know, it just works for me. Yeah, EOD, like I've run double time before sometimes, but then like I'll get killed by like a C4 or like an RPG or like something, and it just like gets annoying, so I just stick with EOD now. So secondly, what's my second class? This one, right? The Bullfrog and the Krieg. So these are both pretty new weapons. I just started using them pretty recently, but they're both really good, honestly. I think the Bullfrog is probably the best gun for like close range. So if you're pushing a building, like you can always feel confident with the Bullfrog. Just like if you're pushing into a room or something, you're pretty much always gonna win the fight. Sound suppressor, you don't need the GRU really because it's just for close range. And then the task force barrel, there's not much recoil on this, and so that's not really an issue, so I just run that one. Bruiser grip, that's for the movement speed, hip fire, because hip fire is actually pretty important with it. And then wire stock, sprint to fire, and tiger team. I pretty much always run tiger team on all of my like close range SMGs and pushing guns like that, because just the movement speed and the AD, aim walking movement speed is just too good to pass up. Okay, so what we got next? Agency suppressor on this Krieg, because this is really good for long range. It's kind of like, now that the AMAX has been nerfed a second time, I think it's pretty much almost the same time to kill as the AMAX. I think it might be a tiny bit slower, but you can also run 60 rounds on it, so there's a benefit there. I don't actually have the last one, but I think once I get the 60 round fast mag, I'll probably run that too, because the reload speed on this is kind of slow. You can also run the 45 if like you're doing solos or duos probably too. And the field agent grip, this is honestly a necessity. I've tried the other foregrip through not using a foregrip, and the recoil is way hard to control without it. And then I use the 3x, and I just use the regular reticle. Right, here, this is like the classic MP5 AMAX. You really can't go wrong with the MP5. I personally run the monolithic suppressor on it. You can also do the monolithic integral, but I just think the monolithic suppressor gets you a little longer range, so that's why I do that. Work foregrip, this is kind of like a hip fire build. So you can just run and gun with it. Like you don't really have to ADS if you're super close to them, but obviously if they're a little farther. But this gives you more hip fire and recoil control, and then this gives you like really good hip fire too. So this is like a laser even when you're not scoped in. The collapsible, I can't pass this one up. Like you could do sleight of hand instead of this, but I just really like the movement speed with it. And then 45 round mag, pretty simple. And then the AMAX with it. I mean, this gun's still a beast. Can't really go wrong with it. Commando foregrip, Zodiac, monolithic, VLK. I run the T-pose on it. 45 round mag. Yeah, I used to run the default, but I just think this one's way easier to kill with, actually. If you don't have it unlocked, highly recommend it. This is also kind of a new loadout that I made. But it's really fun to use. The Swiss is, I think it's pretty close to as good as the Car 98, or it's kind of, it has like a little bit different use case, I would say. So I'm running the sound moderator on it. I don't have the last suppressor for it yet. I think I'll probably try that once I get it, but it hasn't really been an issue for me. Then I use the combat recon for the bullet velocity, because without it, like, the bullet velocity is kind of slow. I think it is a little slower than the Car 98. And then this SWAT 5 milliwatt laser, this one's super important. The ADS, aiming stability. Then I run the jungle wrap for ADS, flinch resistance, because it does have some flinch. And then the Raider stock. I mean, overall, really nice. You can two-shot with it, which the Car 98 doesn't really have. So if you hit the body shots, like, you can still get the down. And then with that, I'm running the XM4. This is kind of like the sniper support, right? So I do Tiger Team Spotlight. That's for the movement speed. Takedown barrel. So you get like a little bit more range with it. And the sprinting move speed isn't really an issue for me. And then I use the suppressor because I'm not shooting super far. And tripper and grip, that's for the ADS. And then I run a 60 round mag, but you can also run 45. And then yeah, same perks, same lethals, tactical. And then my last loadout, and this is kind of a cheese loadout, I'm not gonna lie, but it's the Jack 12. It's kind of, I think, maybe like the two most overpowered guns in the game. So I mean, if you really want to get the win, like, you can run this. But on this one, I'm running the AMAX, and instead of with the VLK, I'm running it with the hollow sight with the blue dot. This is kind of a grind to unlock. I mean, you don't have to use the blue dot. You can just use like a regular one, or I don't know what other sights there are. Like, I guess you could use a mini reflex or something. But the blue dot is nice. And so this, honestly, the AMAX, if you're fighting people like at a medium or close range, you can still use the AMAX, and it has such a quick time to kill that you can just use it as like an SMG almost. But like, obviously you have the shotgun, so when you're like pushing a building or something, this thing, honestly, it's gonna slay out. Like, it kills so fast, and it has a really long range too. So for that, I run the TAC Marauder. So this is for the long range, tight spread, damage range and all that. And then there's these two barrels, so you can kind of choose between them. Personally, I'm running the influx one because when I run the torrent, I just feel like I run really slow, and I like to I just like movement speed, so I run this one, and I don't think it has that much of an impact. Personally, 5 milliwatt laser, hip fire, sprint to fire, because I'm not really ever ADSing with this. 20 round mag. You could run the 32 round, but I think it's kind of overkill. And then stippled grip tape, and that's for the ADS, sprint to fire. So if you try this one out, like, I mean, people honestly get pretty mad when you're using a shotgun, but it's like super good. Honestly, it's like the easiest kills you'll ever get. But yeah, those are my 5 loadouts. I'm also always got like my sniper ghost loadout with like a side cog or something. Then I have like a ghost loadout with my Farah, because I just think that's like a super, you can use that gun for like whatever. And then I got a restock loadout, and then I got a fully loaded loadout. Alright, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Leave a like or a comment, what you want to see next, and yeah, try out the loadouts. Let me know how you like them.